What's up, everybody? I hope you guys are all enjoying your wonderful Friday afternoon, and I am for sure enjoying mine because today is my last day of school before Thanksgiving break. I have all of next week off, so I'll be having very early uploads and possibly double uploads for you guys coming up all across next week ahead of this massive cold front. As well, today marks my 3rd year anniversary of my first video back in November 19th of 2018. We have come very, very far from that first video, from 0 subscribers to really getting over 100 views to now getting to 1,000. Of course, my most viewed video was last year at 22,000. So I really want to thank you guys so much for all of this, and hopefully we can get towards our 4th year anniversary very quickly and see how much we progress by next year. But in this video, I'll be talking about the deep freeze and, of course, a chance for a snowstorm and as well a very intense nor'easter next week, just a few days before Thanksgiving. I'll be talking about travel, where we'll be seeing some possible delays, and where the overall deepest and colder air will be. But before getting to the video, I would recommend you guys subscribe to this channel, smash that like button and bell icon. But without further ado, let's get into the video. So first thing I want to show you guys is the overall latest 18Z model run on the 500 millibar height. So this is actually going to give us a better look at the overall pattern. So this is the pattern for tomorrow. We're going to be seeing obviously some very weak ridging going on across the eastern United States, and of course we're going to start seeing this now very strong trough, which is obviously going to be coming from the Arctic Circle. So this will actually be really our first official Arctic blast here, an Arctic invasion. So obviously, oops, I did not want to do that. So as we go towards obviously later towards Sunday in the late weekend, we're gonna start to see this really strong trough start to emerge and as well invade the borders of the United States. So it's going to start making its way towards the very far northern portion of the Great Lakes as well, including Wisconsin, of course, Michigan as well. We're going to start seeing some really colder as well and towards northern Minnesota. And as we get towards Monday, there you see the hearth of this trough going to be basically right across portions of just north of the United States. It's very strong and as well very steep low pressure. Is going to be specifically centered across Ontario. But you can kind of tell the overall hearth and center, even the heart of this cold air is going to be basically in the far northern United States, including the panhandle of Michigan as well across the Great Lakes, but still seeing, of course, this cooler air across the very bottom of this trough. You can kind of tell the really strongest wind as well, the overall area closer to the low pressure itself. We're going to be seeing some really heavy precipitation to be towards the northern United States. They're near Lake Superior, Lake Michigan. As we go towards later Monday, it's going to be now Monday morning into Monday early afternoon. You can see now we are starting to see a pretty large uptrend, north trend for this trough. So this center of this trough and this hearth of this cold air, and obviously very significant Arctic blast / Arctic invasion is going to be specifically across the northern United States. It's going to be across the Great Lakes specifically. So if you're in the Great Lakes, you guys are going to get some really, and I mean really cold air. I mean, we're talking possibly negative digits, because it's going to be a really significant Arctic blast. Going to be bringing some really strong winds, a very strong low pressure that can very well, of course, support the development of snow bands and as well snow squalls and lake effect snow across these areas early Monday to Tuesday. And then by Tuesday morning, this Arctic invasion will start to push its way a little bit further south. We're now going to start seeing this overall Arctic invasion will start to spread by Monday afternoon, and then by Tuesday morning, we'll be seeing some really colder as far south as the deep southeast. So we're going to be seeing all across eastern United States a really strong area of Arctic air, and of course, it's going to be kind of associated within this trough here. So you're going to kind of be seeing a dip in the jet stream, dipping all the way, of course, from Ontario down in towards Florida, and then Georgia. You're going to be seeing a really amped up ejection in towards portions of the East Coast and unidentified corridor. But on Monday, as this cold air does arrive, we are going to be seeing, of course, a really strong and as well a really long cold front as well, strong cold front, kind of stretching all along, just basically just to the east of this main cold air. Just to the east of that cold air advection. So we're going to be seeing a lot of rain across the eastern United States on Monday, as well as some pretty strong winds, because obviously this air is not going to be cold enough to support snow like we're going to be seeing across Ontario and the northern United States. So we're going to be seeing just a lot of rain all across on the 85 corridor. So not going to be a good day to travel on Monday if you're going anywhere in the east. And like I said, by Tuesday morning, we're going to be seeing this really cold air. I mean, we're talking extremely cold air, probably getting 30s as far south as Florida, as well as far south as the Gulf Coast. And it's just going to be extremely frigid across the Northeast, Mid-Atlantic, Great Lakes, of course. Really, really strong trough. Of course, you can kind of tell the way it ejects. It's going to kind of basically be ejecting now as far south as the United States. So the Earth itself really won't be going into the actual deep southeast, but we're going to be seeing the overall ejection, the overall dip of the jet stream, basically starting to really, really go as far south as basically Florida and Georgia. Be on Tuesday morning, then all across Tuesday, it's going to start making its way now all across the unidentified corridor, all across New England. So you're going to be seeing some really, really cold there as well by Wednesday morning across portions of New England, because this trough now is eventually going to be moving. We're going to be seeing a really, really large cold front, of course, and we're going to be seeing multiple areas of low pressure start to develop along this cold front. So we're going to be possibly seeing a pretty strong, I mean a really strong nor'easter with this really, really cold air, of course, across portions of New England. But like I said, really, really cold air. Sunday and Monday going to be all across the Great Lakes. We're talking negative digits, basically, possibly, as well. By Tuesday morning, it's going to move into the deep southeast and all across the east. And then by Wednesday, it's going to get pushed out by strong ridge. And we're going to be seeing a really bit warmer of a Thanksgiving. And again, you can kind of tell the trough, they're going to be seeing really areas of lower pressure. So we're going to be seeing areas of lower pressure across anywhere from 500 millibars to 1,000 millibars, so all across the middle portion of the atmosphere. You're going to be seeing a really huge cool down. You can kind of just tell where it's going to kind of eject, and of course, like I said, it's going to kind of see that really strong dip in the jet stream, and then you're going to be seeing that cold front kind of right here, kind of separating the ridge itself. Or the ridge that's going to be far to the east and across the Bahamas. And then, of course, we're going to be seeing multiple lows developing along this line, along the cold front. And, of course, they're all going to kind of track to the northeast. And we're going to be seeing, of course, that one main low pressure that's going to be up to the 980 millibar central pressure-wise. And we're going to be seeing some really strong rain as well, strong winds. Speaking of this, let's go ahead and get a look at the 500 millibar wind, so you guys can as well get another look at how strong this trough itself is going to be. Probably one of the strongest troughs I've seen in this time of the year at this location. Typically, you see really strong troughs like this across really the central United States and as well the southwest United States at this time of the year, but not really in the deep southeast in Dixie. But there you see by Monday, you can kind of tell, or actually by Monday or Monday morning into really mainly Sunday, you're going to be seeing that really strong trough, basically really, of course, centered across the Midwest. There's going to be that main area of low pressure. It's actually going to be really strong low pressure. We're basically talking about a 970 millibar low pressure. It's going to be the main low pressure, that really strong cold front. That's going to be the main front with those smaller low pressures that eventually, like I said, are going to go up the East Coast and, of course, act as a very large nor'easter. But there it is, that front we're talking about. Really winds up to 85 knots in the higher in the middle atmosphere, and there you see that main, of course, that main trough. You can kind of tell by the overall ISO lines where it is. It's going to be mainly a open wave trough, but there you see by now getting towards Monday into Tuesday morning, that main ejection, that main dip is now going to be very far south into Georgia, Alabama, Florida. You can see that really strong ejection. They're going to be seeing some really strong southwesterly flow all across eastern United States, and it's going to be some really strong ejection. We're talking really strong ejection, so we're going to be seeing as well some really strong winds all across the eastern coast, as well as some pretty strong winds all across the Great Lakes. So we're going to definitely be seeing some potential snow squalls, as well, guys, some really intense lake effect snow, but really, really strong 500 millibar. I actually want to show you guys as well surface pressure, so you guys can see how strong that main low pressure is going to be. And there you see that really strong low pressure. It's going to be the main low pressure with that cold front kind of stretching all along. And then as we go towards later now Tuesday, you're going to be seeing areas of low pressure kind of developing all along that cold front, where we're seeing kind of that main area, the warm sector. And there you see, of course, like I said, the main low pressure is going to be up here by Nova Scotia at this point, Newfoundland, way up there across northeast Canada. But again, along that cold front, we're seeing multiple areas of lower pressures. And then, of course, we're going to be seeing that one of the smaller low pressures develop are becoming really strong areas of low at 996 millibars, instantly help take part into acting as a nor'easter. But we're going to be seeing multiple low pressure all along the East Coast, developing from this very strong cold front, all going to form just to the east of the cold front. But if we had any really good low pressures forming behind the cold front, really mainly on Tuesday morning, where we have that cold air advection already all across east. If we had any low pressure kind of meeting up with any remaining moisture advection along the convergence line, we'd probably be seeing some really good snow all across the Chesapeake Bay as well, mid-Atlantic, but of course that's not the case. This front's going to be really too fast moving. Let's then look at the overall cold front. So obviously we are going to be seeing a minor cold front across the eastern United States this weekend. And then we have some pretty strong ridging across the western and central United States across the weekend. But of course that ridge is going to get dramatically pushed out at a very rapid rate. So knows how we're going to be seeing really only a warm Sunday and Monday this week across the east, and then boom, right into the deep Arctic blast, because this cold front's going to be a really fast moving system, which is why we're not going to be seeing a snow driven nor'easter. That's why we're not going to be seeing really any widespread snow. You kind of look at the setup with how cold it is and how much moisture we're going to have. You probably think we're going to be seeing a monster snowstorm, but of course this cold air is not able to catch up with the main front, so all that cold air is going to be behind the front, because look at the front. The front's actually going to be basically right here. This is actually going to be on Monday. I mean, this is going to be really Monday morning, basically Sunday night to Monday morning. Really, really cold air across Wisconsin. We're basically talking about around 10 to probably 25 degrees below average. So Sunday to Monday is going to be really cold, specifically across the Midwest. There's the front's going to kind of be along here, and it's going to allow for us having a quite warm Monday. Highs in the low 60s, upper 50s across all the east, and then of course the main low pressure is actually going to be in Ontario, and that's actually going to be placed in that cold, really, really cold air, which is why all that snow in this low pressure and this main low pressure is going to be all across Quebec and Ontario, because areas north of that are going to be extremely cold, while areas to the southeast of this front are going to be basically still in that warmer air, which is why Monday is going to be such a large, really rain event, because look at how warm it's going to be all across the eastern United States. But look how that cold air is going to quickly start to catch up. And then by Tuesday, we could very well see some really good lake effect snow, as this low pressure is still going to be way up here. So we're still going to be seeing some remaining moisture. So could see some remaining lake effect snow, as well as some potential snow on Tuesday, or probably Monday night to Tuesday morning all across the higher elevations in the northeast. But and at that point, that front's going to be way up here, and all that moisture is going to be way up here across New England. So it's going to be, at this point, a little bit too late. The timing is really, really off. But going to be seeing on Tuesday morning, really, really cold air now invading across the eastern United States, going to get around 20 degrees below average. Even in some spots, 30 degrees below average all across Tuesday. Going to be really cold across the deep southeast. And then, like I said, by Wednesday, that cold air is now going to really start to make its way to the north. Going to be seeing some really cooler air. Probably going to be seeing around 20 degrees below average all across from Florida up towards Maine at some point, really specifically Wednesday. But you can kind of tell how the cold air quickly just invades. You can see on Sunday morning, going to be seeing around 10 degrees above average across the Midwest, and then just 24 hours later, going to be seeing the complete opposite, around 20 degrees below average. So going to be seeing, in some cases, we're going to be seeing 24-hour difference in temperatures, being around 30 to 40 degrees. So pretty rapid difference. Like, for example, let me go ahead and show you the overall ridging pattern, the very, very weak ridging pattern along this cold front. So we're gonna be seeing some pretty cold lows, overnight lows tomorrow morning. Be waking up to the 30s across the southeast, well below freezing temperatures all across the Ohio Valley, and of course the Midwest. Because thinking about the Midwest is gonna start getting that main Arctic blast as early as Sunday. But look at the overall highs for tomorrow. So I'm gonna be seeing, like I said, the low 60s, upper 50s across the eastern United States, maybe some upper 40s across the northeast, but still gonna be pretty warm across the southeast and Gulf Coast, because that weak ridging is still gonna be there. But as we get towards Sunday morning, this is gonna completely change as we start to see now the resemblance of that Arctic blast starting to arrive across Midwest, now getting temperatures into the low 20s and upper teens, and now look how the highs barely get out of freezing on Sunday for the Midwest, and then by Monday morning, look at that massive blast. So you can kind of tell at this point on Monday, the cold front's going to basically be along right here, the low pressure, main low pressure up here, all that rain's going to be over here, because it's going to be along that warmer air and above freezing air. But look how cold that just absolutely just comes out of nowhere. And just like that, we're seeing teens and probably single digits across the upper Great Lakes. And then, of course, now by highs won't even get out of the 20s on Tuesday or on Monday. And then by Tuesday morning, now this cold front rapidly makes its way pretty far south now into basically the Gulf Coast. And now at this point, this cold front all across the eastern and central United States going to be seeing now basically 30s as far south as basically just outside the Gulf Coast. Going to be seeing below freezing as far as basically the Outer Banks. Going to be seeing really cold temperatures, 20s as far south as Georgia. Could see some really cold temperatures across Atlanta, Birmingham, and some really cold air all across the Midwest. Can be seeing some teens across portions of the Upper Great Lakes, and some spots, Marquette, and as well overall near Lake Superior. Going to be seeing some single digits. So really cold. Waking up on Tuesday morning, and then of course the highs probably won't get out of the 40s, even below. Probably won't get out of below freezing across many areas on Tuesday. You can kind of tell. Look at these highs. Gonna be seeing highs into the 20s and 30s across the upper New England area. And then as we go towards Wednesday morning, like I said, by Wednesday morning, that cooler air will now start to make its way towards, as this front makes its way to the northeast. This trough was obviously going to follow. We're missing that main cold air, and that cold front starting to now transfer towards the New England. Going to be seeing some really cold temperatures into teens by Wednesday morning, and then we're going to be starting to see it warm up by Thanksgiving Day as a new ridging pattern develops. Let's see the overall snow opportunities. Like I said, there's not going to be too many snow opportunities, but there could still be some snow squalls and lake effects. Obviously after the front moves by. So here's a look now at Sunday. So obviously the low pressure is going to be basically ahead of the actual cold front itself. So of course the cold front and the actual main Arctic blast. So here's the low pressure. It's be Sunday afternoon. At this point, the main Arctic blast is going to be basically behind it. So that's going to be the cold front right here. It's going to be the cold front basically, and then of course all that rain is going to be all across the eastern United States and central United States on Sunday afternoon into Monday morning. So like I said, all that snow is going to stay all to the north of that low pressure. So Ontario, Quebec, portion, like I said, of the far north United States are going to get some good snow. Specifically, Ontario is going to get some really good snow. But notice that's going to be mainly raining all across the eastern United States, because if you look at it, it's going to be basically above freezing. Let's look at the surface temperature. And like I said, above freezing. Everything north of that low and west of that low is going to be below freezing. So we go back towards now the 6-hour forecast. There you can kind of tell that's where all the below freezing temperatures are. Could get some scattered snow showers and mixing all across the highest elevations across the Adirondacks. But like I said, mainly Monday it's going to be a really big rain event. There's that low pressure. But with the remaining moisture, we're going to be seeing some good lake effect snow across Lake Superior, Lake Michigan, that general vicinity, and then going to be just a big wash. So this is not going to be the northeastern part, but as we go towards now later on by Tuesday, this is going to be the northeastern part. Like I said, one of those low pressures branching off from that main cold front are going to really become quite strong up to 1,001 millibars. You can see all that rain still behind, or still along that front, that cold front. So by Tuesday morning, the cold front, so go to the cold front really quickly here. And if you look at the temperature, Fahrenheit, so at this point the cold front is going to be all the way over here. And then if we go back to the 6-hour, you can kind of tell it's everything, all that rain, everything is just to the east of that cold front. So all the remaining moisture is going to be really cold, so we could get some lingering snow showers all across this area. When doubt we get some lingering snow showers across Tennessee, North Carolina, West Virginia. But here's going to be the main event here. We're going to start seeing some really strong winds kind of wrapping around this low pressure that I'm talking about right here. And we're seeing probably some strong winds, as well as some lingering snow showers associated with it. But we're definitely going to be watching out, again, like I said, for pretty a northeaster type pattern along these two low pressures. Going to bring some really heavy rain, strong winds all across the New England coast and unidentified corridor. But not going to be seeing too many snow opportunities, like I said. Could still get some maybe lake effect snow up to Tuesday and maybe Wednesday across Syracuse and Erie, but not going to get too much additional than that. So here's the overall snow forecast. So we're going to get some decent lake effect snow across the upper Great Lakes, of course. Like I said, Ontario is going to get the most action, as well as Quebec, because they're going to be north of that low pressure. It's going to be a front-based system, acting like a clipper. It's probably most likely going to be identified as a clipper because it is a fast-moving system. Low pressure, it is kind of staying to the north of the United States, and of course, it is front-sided, meaning all that snow is going to be to the north. As well, we're going to be seeing extreme temperature advection, gradient differences, so it's most likely to be considered as a clipper. So it's going to kind of just skin and kind of spare most of the United States. But this happened a day later, or further southward, or further south, we'll be seeing a lot more of a different story, but probably going to get around a few inches, maybe 2 to 3 inches across portions there of the upper Great Lakes, probably getting as high maybe as 5-6 inches, and then of course not going to get too much, maybe a few across the lake effects or across Lake Huron and as well Lake Erie, maybe 2 to 3 inches or so, according to the GFS. And this is what the European has, pretty similar, still having that really good snow all across the upper Great Lakes, probably maybe 3 to 5 inches, maybe in some spots over 7. And then some scattered snow showers across New England or the Northeast and that general vicinity. But like I said, not going to be seeing too many snow opportunities really for this massive Arctic blast. The main thing in this whole system is going to be obviously the wind, the flooding, and the extreme Arctic blast. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys all later.